Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Brisvegas LAN 2017. Mav, what number LAN is this? How many Brisvegas LANs have you done this year? It's only the second. Okay, it's only the second.
Brisvegas number 2.
Well, he didn't give me the number. Ooh, 50 LAN events. There we go. And we have one of the final group matches between LAN Mowers and Lucid. And the map is going to be D-Train. There's some known players in here, and we are going to be scrutinising their performances.
I won't give you the pun I gave before.
Oh, lay it on me.
When we covered the LAN Mowers game, I think it was round 3.
Yeah, if you're gonna hit me with a pun, hit me hard.
Well, the LAN Mowers tend to Mercury round C.
Oh, that's cutting it fine. It really is cutting it fine.
Is that pun intended too?
It's always pun intended with me. This isn't the time nor the place for egg puns, but we are going to be going into. Do they play a knife round first? That's interesting.
Yes. It looks like
we're going to play with 4. With 4 in the knife round. Now 5. But the LAN Mowers. The question is, when they knife, do they do it with 2-stroke or 4?
Oh.
No?
I was going to say 3 blades or 4.
And the crowd goes mild.
3 blades or 4?
Yeah, that's true actually. Do you cut your grass with a sharpened blade?
So it looks like LAN Mowers have won the knife round. Would
you be taking CT or T if you were...
Train. It's changed up like in the last 6 months or so. It's one of the only maps that are still somewhat balanced. But in saying that, we have seen lately that the balanced maps seem to start coming towards the T side.
Particularly when the beers start flowing too. The balance really shifts. They're actually going to weigh up their decision now. They're going to take a tactical pause. And obviously, this is probably the most important round of Animus's LAN career. He's even disconnected from the server. That's how important it is to him.
Yeah, very, 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 very important.
I mean, some would say he's had a glittering career. forever 3rd, 4th. But he's switching his M4. He's actually switched out.
Would that
I'm not sure whether he had the Silent Colt equipped. Or
would that make a difference? I mean, I know the guns are different. I know the M4A4 it's got a different firing rate. But would it really make would you change your M4 based on map?
Depends on your position, to be fair. If you were going to play somewhere, well, it depends on your play style too. I don't know. In the M4A1, we trust. I will forever trust in that. But some people prefer the M4A4. I actually think it comes down to purely positional play, to be honest. Interesting though, other people differ. A friend of mine, some may know him, some may not. JKS once told me that it. No. I'm name dropping at a local LAN, guys. Yeah. Yeah, excuse me, guys. There's a hole in my pocket. I keep dropping names. But he actually said to me, it doesn't matter which Colt you use anyway. You're dead if you miss your first bullet against some of the players overseas. So it really doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm definitely a 1.6 player. I definitely call it a Colt. But with the silent weapon, if you've got the jump on someone, you won't kill them with your first bullet, but you'll definitely need the advantage that the silence weapon brings to land your second. So I'm a fan of the silence Colt, just for that reason. But I've been known to use the M4A4 purely because I owned a HAL at one point. That's it.
So it looks like as we go into the pistol round that Luke is actually invested in Deagle.
Rate it.
With no armor. As now Ares he almost got the shot there onto I think that was Razos. Razos now attacking him. Ares gets the headshot. Razos trades. Don't Swede trades back. Now Razos on a 2v3.
Ooh.
And he's not going to get it. So Land Mowers will take the first round, the pistol round as well, JKS.
There you go. He will... Oh, I think that was actually Animus that yelled out again.
He is a very vocal player.
He is very vocal.
Like almost as vocal as K-Styles.
That being said, though, he never used to be. He used to just be the strong, silent type. But nowadays, he's quite vocal. He's obviously had some bad influences in his time. He's seen some very average players get quite vocal at lands, and being an average player himself, tries to emulate them. But aggression coming out of CD connector. Jabbo takes that first frag. The rest of them are going to pour towards the outside bomb site, and Fluent Swede, he's just going to mop up. Jabbo as well. I dare say this is going to be quite a clean round. No real investment coming from the T side, which is Lucid. And it's just a shooting gallery outside at the moment.
Now he's surrounded as Loki, and he will go down eventually. Lawnmowers. I actually said lawnmowers.
Yeah, it's easy to say lawnmowers. It is. I've fallen into that trap at least 4 times now.
Land Mowers take the second round, but since they got the bomb plant in the first round, Lucid able to buy in to the third round with some AK's armor and some utility, but you would prefer more.
Definitely. And I think on the previous round, if a few of them had not have bought into it with like a P250 or something of the like, you can afford yourself that extra grenade. And particularly on a map like Train, you do need your smokes, you do need your flashes, and the $300 you spent on a P250 could easily be used on a smoke. And a few players had to go without here, so hopefully they will remember that as a lesson and a moment in time. But already losing the first pick, both sides, going down to a 4 versus 4. As the numbers start to thin out, this is where on Train, the T side really starts to come into their own.
We got Hollywood setting out E-Box, waiting for Lukey, see if he'll come out of T-Con. Jabbo just came out of Sandwich there as he moves up to Olaf now. Will Lukey expect it? No, Jabbo jumps back. Spike's gained another kill on B.
He's holding the solo site there and doing a good job. It's actually really, really valuable for any side if they can have a strong solo site player, particularly if they can hold it on a map like Train.
Jabbo almost getting caught out with his knife out there. We saw it in the Cobble game we covered in the third round. Spikes holding long A on the CT side all on his own. As now Lukey's got the flank. He'll get 1, he'll get 2. Will he get the third? Hollywood obscured behind the bomb Train. Looks like Dugan's going to go for the plant. Fakes it. Hollywood not getting a kill there.
He's going to back off too. As CT's walk into the open, Hollywood finds a frag. I get past a cold beer. Being slightly more capable now, but it's now down to 2 versus 1. 8 HP, Dugan gets around, doesn't win that duel with Hollywood. M4, A4. He made that switch and it was worth it. He needed that extra 10 bullets.
It was a strategical decision, I'm sure. But no, he's picked up the AK from one of the terrorist bodies to carry on into the next round. Now, obviously, being a pro player yourself, you would know.
I'm not a pro player. I'm just a burnt-out caster.
Well, you know the game better than me. Obviously, everyone prefers the AK for the one-shot headshot.
Yeah, you actually get rewarded for aiming with... Well, okay. False statement. You sometimes get rewarded for aiming with the AK. The RNG plays a factor there, but... One bullet headshot potential, as Hollywood shows that there. They do get this inside box side.
They might get Spikes here, they do. Ooh. But then Spikes gets a Promorpheus kill on Razors. And the spray down from A-Res will give Lawnmowers, I said it again, Land Mowers, their 4th round.
Look, a quick round's a good round, apparently.
Well, if it's an eco, yeah.
That is true. That is true. And they've just fed inside. So a team like Land Mowers, they feed on confidence. They obviously are not going to go into this particular match with too much strategy. So a lot of their plays are going to be confidence-based. And if you're going to give them confidence on easy, clean, eco rounds like that, it's going to play into their hands.
Hollywood pushed up in brown halls, but he'll get down by Lukey. As now we wait. Actually, Spikes getting Tamaray down Ivy. So now the rotates come in. And we'll see if the terrace will end up going to the B-bomb site.
They've gone for a double orb setup too on the T side, so they're going to try and make that work, but Jabba taken out by Jabbo. There you go, one vowel separating them. And
Ares with one. Doesn't get a second, though he should get the bomb plant here.
they should be able to get the bomb plant. CT rotation is quite slow. They're going to filter out that connector though and put pressure on. So that bomb is still yet to be planted. Momentarily there, they had a 2 versus 1. Luke finds a second. It's now there 2 versus 1 in favour of the T side.
Oh, wow. Lukey with the ace.
The last 3 frags there were crucial, but you'll take an ace any day of the week. That's a round that Lucid needed.
And now they're on the board.
They're on the board. Important that they follow that up, though, with a round win here, because you don't want to find themselves reset economically. As it is, Dugan's already having to carry that Galil, and is quite light on utility too. So the rest of them, I would imagine they bought into this quite heavily. But City economy is still relatively strong. If they do get thinned out here, though, it is going to be potential trouble
Look at
for
Hollywood here pushing up again into Brown Halls. Gets naded, but will take down Lukey. And now he'll back off. Back down ramp.
Yeah, I think that's what he was intending to do last round. And he's gotten away with it this round. But last time he was punished. I don't actually think he saw the T last round, but now Racehorse looking for that trade. He's going to be a little bit later than he would have hoped, but Hollywood's actually
beautiful.
a drop onto him there. And finding 2 frags. He's going to go for a repeat too, but it's cost him.
Good contact play though from Lucid, as now from Mowers, sorry, as Lucid only has Dugan left with the ult for a 2v1. Now will he expect, he doesn't see the one in heaven. Almost got caught, and Spikes finishing him off.
Yeah, good change of position there from Spikes too. Once he got spotted in heaven, just switched it up a little bit. But a contact play inside, that forced the T's to then try and get themselves out connector, hoping that the 60 rotation was going to come through. Didn't actually work out in their favour. They got caught out in the outside bomb site. Now they found themselves reset in terms of economy. So they're actually going to force into it. Tech 9s, 50-50 Deagle, UMP. This is what I call a Whitlam sampler.
It is, as we said at the start of the previous round though, they needed to follow it. Lucid needed to follow that round up with a round win, and they haven't done so. And as a result, they've got a few Tech 9s out and a Deagle. Interesting, actually, that Landmowers have 2 players on the outerbout on the inner side. Hollywood right down through the smoke. Ares gets 1. Dugan low here will get taken out by Hollywood. Actually, Hollywood would drop the bomb, but get taken out by Lukey.
And that bomb needs to be collected. It needs to be planted. And he's going to be shot out in the open here. Lukey left. He's found one with the Deagle. Used the one-way smoke on top ramp to find that frag. At the expense of 2 teammates, but we're not going to... We'll just gloss over that. We'll gloss over that. He only has 9 HP. Sitting on top ramp. No one is going to push him. They don't need to. They've got the bomb down. He has to make all the moves here, so we could be in for a very, let's just say, lackluster 45 seconds.
Yes. So we got an opportunity to talk about some things like, now we've had the first 6 rounds in the match. Lamo is obviously getting off to a great start on the CT side. And that'll, I mean, we've seen Hollywood push up into Brown Halls a few times, which I find interesting. One time it's worked, one time it hasn't. So we'll see if he continues doing it throughout the half. Yeah,
interesting that he attempted it a second time after the first play was unsuccessful. But it's a bold man.
And Spikes finally getting Lukey.
There you go, 10 seconds left. Wasn't a high hope of him actually winning that round. But problem with Lucid buying into the last round is now it leaves them in a sticky situation because they're still going to find themselves on eco. If they could have afforded themselves a plant in that round, situation would have been a little bit better for them. Maybe even been able to force in for a second round and just keep building the economy that way, but they now have to go hard eco. There's just blocks. Spikes finds it first. They're pouring out C connector, and there we
And
go.
it's but what I think what was more
Family
important,
feast.
not from round 8, but the 7th round, was the fact that in that force buy they only managed to drop one person, so they didn't do much damage at all in that force buy. But
No.
we'll see what they can do with AKs now.
That's right. And you look at the CT economy; it's still quite healthy. They've still got at least 2 buys in them as well now as they start to build it. So it's going to be tough for Lucid unless they start stringing some rounds together here on the board and keeping numbers alive as they do. So just try something a bit faster.
Luke snuck up onto the onto the blue train there, but doesn't get it done. Arez with 2 before he's downed by Tamari. Spikes is going to get shot in the back, or is he?
Eventually.
Eventually, Jabba really struggling there.
Yeah, couldn't quite find the frag, but Jabbo does find Dugan. Bomb is down. This is a good opportunity for Tammy. Yes, a 3 versus 1.
Hollywood rotating through connector. And
We'll get found out.
beautiful play there actually from Lamo is Fluent 3 just jumping on the defuse to bait whoever I've forgotten who the last
Yeah,
player
look,
was.
that's smart play. Sometimes you will see players try and, rather than try and draw the player out by tapping the diffuse, they will literally try and hunt for a player. Easiest in that sort of situation, 2 versus 1, 3 versus 1. Make the T, make the next move. Tap the defuse, get yourself, put the pressure back on the T side. Passing approach here again from Lucid. Trades actually work out, so it's back to a 3 versus 3, and last round that didn't quite work for them, but they've got themselves into a far better position here. They still need to grab the bomb, still need to progress themselves towards that bomb train, but if you look at the spread of Ts...
Will Hollywood see it? No, Lukey 1Ds Holly.
Ooh.
Hollywood straight in the head. That was a beautiful shot. And now actually Racehorse is in behind for Sweet. He'll go. It wouldn't surprise me if we see Spikes try the eco, save this AWP.
I don't know. Spikes is the kind of player that will go for this.
Yes, it wouldn't be the first time I've been proven wrong.
He would definitely fancy himself here.
So Racehorse, sorry, up in heaven. He's been seen, but did he see Spikes?
I think he has. Because you see Jabba's actually changed his positioning too. Now with the grenades that he's throwing, you're going to give away his position. Racehorse is again forced to just get up that ladder. Spikes is surely well aware of this. And actually switches out smartly for the M4. Unfortunate for him that it's out of bullets, and that's just going to chew up some time.
I think he's going to try the ninja defuse, but Racehorse will shut it down. Lucid get their second. And now, hopefully they won't get reset this time.
No, hopefully not, but at least the CTs are going to afford themselves a decent buy once again. And their economy is so strong. T-side, look, they're forced to almost spend the majority of their money. At least they've afforded themselves an AWP this time too. Keen to see what Jabba does with it. The faster round actually worked out for them, the 5 AKs. They have to slow things down just for the fact that they have an AWP this round, so hopefully going to catch someone pushing top ramp. Not to be the case. They have left one
Hollywood.
inside though. Yeah, Hollywood. This is actually characteristic of land mowers. If they're playing someone aggressive, if they're throwing those smokes up low ramp, they're usually only playing one inside.
Mm. Interesting, actually. They push Fluent Swede out Ivy as well, so he's got some good information on that side of the map as well. So they know roughly where Lucid is going to come from with this execute. It's going to be which site they will execute to. As Hollywood sees Jabbo. Jabbo. Now confused.
Jabba, Jabbo,
Yeah, one letter.
Jabu, Jabute.
But more importantly, Hollywood baited out the shot from the AWP there.
Yeah, and that's just another contact play there. He didn't actually spot too many numbers, but Lucid are just looking for the pick. They've got the CTs in a holding pattern. CTs have got themselves in decent positions here in the outside bomb site, so Jabbo is in a great position. We'll be playing off A-Res, but I think they actually made that call to go inside at the wrong moment. They've rotated off the bomb site that they're hitting.
Oh, Jabbo not expecting the boost there. It wasn't even a boost. He managed to jump there somehow. Jabbo's burning in the fire. So now Land Mowers playing retake. Oh, so close there from Spikes.
Yeah, I actually thought he managed to hit that shot. X-Rays disappeared at the perfect moment, but now Spikes and Hollywood, 2 versus 4.
Hollywood gets 1.
They've made that call to save, though.
Yeah, you can tell where Spikes getting off. Hollywood just jumping down, grabbing that kill, doing a little bit of economic damage to the Lucid side.
Just keeping them honest. Keeping them honest. But they will save their weapon. Spikes, I don't think he's going to come into contact or Racos. Didn't quite find him. That would have been a prized head if they were to take that off out of Spike's hands. But not to be the case. Will force themselves into another round here just to buy up around those players that already saved the weaponry. So Land Mowers have a bit of an interesting buy. 2 Colts, AWP, Desert Eagle, and the UMP. And they're very heavily concentrated outside once again. They've left Hollywood, I believe, to play inside by himself.
Look at the Land Mowers down Ivy. Spikes will get a pick on Lukey. They'll push, but Jabba will get Fluent Swede.
It's a good trade.
But now I wonder how many Fluent Swede and Jabbo saw there.
Yeah. I'd be interested to know if they had the information to push out. They were concentrating mid-con. Tam has reacted to that information that's come through with the Vines push. So he's actually pushed himself into a great position out in the yard, and that's opened things up for them. So now Hollywood is left on that inside bomb site. They know he's the solo site player. They know he was probably trying to push aggressive inside. So they've got themselves decent positions here. They're just going to wait out the bomb, and Hollywood will try to be saving his weaponry here, because I believe that CT economy, that money tree that they had, may just be running out.
Yeah, it Spikes with 2K. It's the only one really worth mentioning in terms of money. As now, it's interesting. Now, will Lucid try and go and hunt after this M4?
I think they should. They've got numbers here to be able to do so. And you can see them just slowly doing it. They're not making it... they don't have any urgency about them, but...
And he got him.
That is a crucial frag.
So now 8-4 in favour of Land Mowers.
Yeah. I reckon we could see an 8-7 as a result.
Yeah, I feel that way too. And as I said, the train a very balanced map. So it wouldn't surprise me. We see 8-7 halves in train quite often now.
Well, I think just Counter-Strike in general. 8-7 halves seem to be the commonality, particularly once that one side starts to work another out. Really, on that CT side, you're so vulnerable to those sorts of scorelines if your economy slips. But now Land Mowers, they're in just a bit of a pickle. Make things happen.
Was that a Lucid smoke extinguishing a Lucid volley? I think
Yeah,
it
it
might
was.
have been.
Interesting gap in the smoke, that's for sure. Fluent Swede. That's at CZ. 2 CZs, in fact. Do you rate the CZ over the 5.7?
See, I prefer the 5.7.
Yeah. 20 bullets of justice.
Yep. I think just, I mean, the fire rate. I mean, I know the one tap, but the CZ can shoot through ammo so quickly.
Exactly.
So Fluent Swede goes down to Dugan. Dugan now. Will he see Spikes, who's sitting in on the train, but he'll get taken down by Tamaria. So Lucid now on to 5.
Yeah, they're starting to notch things up. We'll have another buy round coming out here from Land Mowers. If they lose this round, this is where that 8-7 happens. If they win it 10-5, will more than likely be the outcome. That's how I'm predicting things will go.
In saying that, the Lucid side do have the economy to buy into the next round, if that is need be, as they rush. Hollywood gets 1, but is immediately traded.
Like
now the rotates start to happen.
Like the change of pace here from Lucid. Yes, they have had some fast rounds, but generally they've been outside. They haven't really put inside pressure quickly. As now, you can see the HP on the CT side is Ares. Just tries to find one. Jabbo actually finds another frag there to Racos, and the retake is starting to be starting to come together. 2 versus 3. tap that bomb, draw the tees
They've
out of their hidey holes.
They lost Jabber as well, so no molly onto the bomb.
Oh,
Beautiful. Beautiful from Mowers to take the round. Actually, he doesn't have a kit, really. I think he's got it.
it's going to be
Yeah,
very close.
just. I was hoping he would come up with how much time was there.
Yeah, just give you a tick count. It only ever generally does that, though, if it's very, very close.
Yeah.
If it's within a couple ticks. So,
It was close, but it wasn't that close.
do you I don't know. I think this pause is technical rather than tactical. It doesn't make sense to pause for one round of a half.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, someone looks like. Who have we lost? One of the Lucid players has left the server. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming their game has crashed.
if anything, this actually allowed land mowers a bit more time to work out their CT side buy, because they had to juggle some guns, juggle some money, because they were worse off after that round. As you could see, Lucid, they still had a lot of money up their sleeve. That plant and that round coming down to a low number of CTs actually favour them. The fact they got that plant is probably the most important factor, because they've allowed themselves to buy into it so easily. They haven't had to drop anyone. And, I mean, Racos will probably be dropped a weapon here. Be dropped an AK. At least by Tamara, it should be. Because that is going to allow him to buy a smoke or an extra flash. So,
I was going to say it might be for K-Style's going to be, but he's not in this game, so...
no. Look, that's a very valid reason to take a pause, in my opinion.
Well, like, considering in the last round we had a tech pause to get a beer and a tech pause to take a rest break. So some interesting tech pauses coming in.
Yeah, look, an empty beer bottle is a problem.
Yes.
It is a very big problem. And players feel the need to rectify that one quite quickly. So we will probably see more pauses throughout the day.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the best of threes later on tonight.
Do the casters get a pause?
No, of course not.
Okay.
We're real men.
We're real men. No
we
pauses
don't go
here.
through with we don't have pauses. We just go through.
No, we just put our headphones down and go grab a beer if we want one.
Yeah, we just rage quit. So double up setup coming up for the land mowers side of one on Spikes, one on Hollywood, and then the 5 AKs for Lucid.
I'm well equipped for beers, actually. I've been handed a full beer. Full beer. Thanks, producer. Producing the goods.
Oh, the puns are real. The puns are real. So here we go down into the final round of the half. And see if Landmowers can take it to double figures before swapping sides.
That's going to be the question. 10-5, 9-6, where's it going to land? Faster approach inside, actually. No presence being shown outside by Lucid. And just a solitary figure holding inside once again. This time with an AWP, though. Oh, got to hit those. He's made that contact play, though. Will fall back, and the rotation comes through from the CT side, but no territory being taken by Lucid at all. Not even going to use a smoke on low ramp. If they use the smoke on low ramp, potentially you could get a heavier rotation out from that CT side, but the smoke goes down on the bomb train, and now they're going to go straight for that plant on the outside. Bomb site needs to be careful, though. Spikes, what are you doing, son? Where are you going with this? He's found one frag being traded. Adventurous play, not rewarded.
Interesting, though, that they rotated 3 to the inner bomb site.
Yeah.
So, because Spikes rotated as well just before they started coming out. Hollywood with a shot onto Dugan. Makes it a 2v1. Now, Tamray and Luke in heaven. Misses the shot. Tries to get the wall bang. He needs to get onto the defuse. And he goes down. So 9-6 half in favour of Land Mowers as we swap sides. What would you think of that, Jim?
Look, I think Lucid have done a good job to bring it back. They were backs against the wall, but they changed the pace a little bit in a few of those rounds. I didn't actually think it was working out in their favour, but they proved me wrong, because there was a few rounds there where they tried to change the pace, but they were a bit disjointed with what they did. They were sending one person straight out T-connector. He wasn't really being supported. There were still guys sitting in spawn throwing smokes. So it was pretty clear that what they were doing wasn't being communicated. So now they've been able to get themselves at least in sync with what they've attempted to do, and been able to get themselves back into the match. And I mean, at one stage there, they were 8-1 down, so they've been able to bring it back to 9-6. It's a fair effort.
I think it is a good recovery from Lucid. I mean, yes, it could have been an 8-7 half, but still 9-6. Something to work with at least for Lucid in the second half. We've got another tech pause here. I think Lukey's PC has
He's out of
crashed.
Beer. Get this man.
Or is
this man some fuel.
So
the CPU overheated. Do you know why?
Because
the
hasn't
beers
got any
aren't cold.
beer. So it looks like we have 4 armor and a smoke and a molly on the T side. And our Jabba's got issues as well.
Yeah, look, the need is real. The thirst is real. And that's advice. Stay hungry, not thirsty, Will.
So while we wait for Lukey...
Dropping out like public school students. That was savage.
That was savage. That was a bit savage. So we got Lukey back in now. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see the normal 4 armor, 1 defuse kit, some sort of grenade. Now in this situation, in a pistol round, what grenade would you prefer? Would you prefer a flash or 2 flashes? Because you can get 2 flashes, or a smoke?
Smoke defuse. I think it gives you more options. If you're going to be that player that's going to play a role in a retake, because that's what you've positioned yourself to do. If you buy a smoke, or if you buy a kit on a CC side pistol, you're going to be the player that everybody looks to in the retake. So if you've got yourself a smoke, you can afford your team a better position in a retake if you accompany that kit buy with a smoke grenade, as opposed to a flash, as opposed to a grenade. I see a lot of people buy a grenade and then a kit. It may only be isolated to Australian players, but I think you're better positioned if you got a smoke as well as that a defuse.
Plus, like worst case scenario, it obviously gives you that ability. If you're like a 1v1 or a 2v1 or 1v2 to ninja defuse as well.
Exactly. And even then, you can throw that smoke on the bomb and juke your opponent. You don't even have to be committing to that defuse, but I mean, you've got that kit, you might as well take them by surprise completely. But chances are, if you see someone with a smoke on a pistol, you know that they've got a defuse kit, or there's a defuse kit in play somewhere, or there was somewhere on the map. So people get nervous in those sorts of rounds, even when they see a smoke put down on a bomb. And players make silly mistakes. You can see a CT player, simply just tap the bomb, move around the smoke, and get an easy frag based on the fact that the T's automatically thought they've also got a kit with that smoke. So some mind games, some next level mind games being utilised here. 85 degree CPU temp. Oof.
That's just a wee bit hot.
Yep.
Just a wee bit.
That's it. Hotter than LA summer, apparently.
LA summer's really that hot, though?
No. See, this is where we realise that our American friends are quite soft.
Yeah. Well, we always knew that.
Yeah. But this is where it becomes more apparent. Higher temperatures. We deal with them all the time.
They think 85 degrees like Fahrenheit is hot, never mind degrees Celsius.
Exactly. Wait until you start playing with the the imperial metric system. Imperial metric system, yeah? Fahrenheit, who are you?
Miles.
Yeah, you're caught in the 19th century.
That's what America just behind in terms of coming to the metric system. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the metric system.
Well, we might as well. We've got time.
We got nothing to talk. We got nothing else.
Racos, Jabo's out there. He's pouring cold beer on his CPU, trying to cool it down. It's liquid cooling. Trying to cool it down anyway.
Yeah. So, how far away are we? Oh, looks like Jabba's back in the server. So we might actually be able to start.
Maybe.
If his CPU is like chilled out.
I'm good for beers, thank you, production crew.
He's good, hey? He's good.
Yeah.
He's good at delivering the goods.
They're very. They're always brewing something in the production room. These guys. Whether it's a home concoction.
Jabba just saying he could cook a steak on his CPU.
Jeez.
Why is it so high? Oh my god.
So he's running water cooling. He's not running the right kind of water.
He needs some beer.
He needs some more hops.
So it looks like Racehorse is going to have the smoke and the defuse kit on the CT side.
Yep.
As we're finally, possibly, maybe getting underway.
We've broken double digits. There you go. Absolutely insane numbers here, filtering through Brisvegas land.
Soon we'll be just rolling in the money.
Oh, that's it. Once you hit 11 likes on Instagram, 11 stream viewers. Yeah, it's apparently the prize pool's been reduced, guys, because another carton of beer was required. Not sorry at all.
It's all good. We'll just take it out of dispense. It's dispense. Is it dispense or unleashed that K Styles plays for now? Dispense. I thought so.
Dispense.
Dispense. We'll just take it out of their money. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean they're rolling in it, so
Yeah,
why not?
it doesn't matter. we could use some of it.
Yeah. Oz Esports. Pay us in.
Well, you're being paid in beers.
Yeah, I'm being paid in beer. That's cool. That's cool. That's a currency. The beer
Well, I
currency
know.
is real.
See, unlike the Australian dollar, the Australian beer currency is strong
It's
as.
strong.
It's very strong.
I mean, if Bitcoin can be a real currency,
Then beer is a real currency.
then beer is definitely a real currency.
Well, think about when they first started trading, they were trading like rocks and cows and donkeys and things. So I'm sure beer is a trade. It's a currency.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, beer's been around for centuries, though.
Yeah.
Centuries. It's maybe even. I don't know. I'm not too well versed in beer, in terms of like the history.
Well, you're better than
Millennial.
me because I don't drink beer at all. So
Oh well, you're missing out.
I don't drink alcohol at all. So
You're definitely missing out. Confirmation of missing out.
oh man, Java's has left the server once again
Yeah.
with CPU
I mean,
issues.
He's currently trying to configure his CPU.
Interesting to do mid-game in a LAN.
Sometimes you don't have a choice.
Yeah,
Sometimes you don't have a choice. But
things happen. Things happen. As they do with all esports and all sports, things happen.
that's true. I mean, if you're not aware, we're here at the Brisvegas LAN. We've got quite a crowd building here. I think some of the other teams have actually finished their games, so people are shaking hands awkwardly, some of them,
Mm-hmm. So hopefully,
reaching for more beer.
hopefully once we finish this game, we can tell you who will be in the finals after this final round of matches.
Yeah, I do believe there was some talk about
The finals,
the
yes.
system and how that was going to work and how many teams are going to be taking through the next round. So
I don't
the
think a decision has been made on that either
yeah,
yet.
the decision pending on that. But I do believe at least two of the teams from each group will be eliminated. So 4 teams will be going home. The question is whether or not there will be an additional 2 that will go home as well. So 6 teams potentially packing up their stuff.
As it looks like our tech pause is over.
I think the automatic unpause has come through on that one.
I
know.
I got excited.
I know, hopeful that was the case. But
It did make sense. It was like, oh, look, we unpaused. Oh, wait, where's Java?
the automatic 2-minute unpause gets you every time. Actually, is it 2 minutes or have you jacked it up?
I
180
think it's
seconds.
3
So
minutes.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. Thankfully, we've got so much filler here. We can just keep going.
Yeah, we
Like,
can
bring it on. Bring it on.
Filler is our middle names.
Yeah.
Well, not our middle.
Well, that's right. Actually, no, we're all killer, no filler.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a Sum 41 album too for anyone out there. But we've actually been. I didn't think I was going to be on camera.
Well, you're on camera.
Yeah. I'm not even centered. Like I should be over here.
Oh, wait,
See?
I'll give you a bit more room.
Yeah.
So we
There
can
we
all
go.
shuffle
All right.
along.
So talking about our sponsors for Brisvegas LAN, we've got Full Fade here. So I'm going to.
Yeah, we do have one of the mouse pads here.
There you go. There's a few heads around here tomorrow that are going to be fully faded. Let me tell you that. But we do have a discount code being given out to our participants, exclusive only if you actually made it down to the land, guys. So missed out if you didn't actually make it down today. Unfortunate for you guys, but for the rest of us here, we're enjoying ice cold beers and a discount percentage on our full fade mouse pads too. So proud supporters of the Brisvegas land. Number two. Oh, that's right. We actually will have Battle for Brisbane. I believe you've released dates too, Matt, haven't you? Yeah, so
dates that we don't know.
dates that we can't pull off the top of our heads.
Because it wasn't announced like literally. I think it was this week or last week. It was announced.
I honestly can't remember what was announced yesterday, let alone. I don't check CG that often. I'll be honest. But it's on CG, and get yourself down here if you're in Brisbane. Make sure you do at least once in your lifetime participate in one of these lands. Exercises in building community like this, well worthwhile.
Definitely. And it's only going to grow. I think we've seen not just CS, we've seen esports as a whole sort of grow over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And I think
Definitely.
it's a great time to be on board in esports with how quickly it is growing.
Oh, exactly. I think since IEM in Sydney, a whole bag of fertilizer has been just plonked on top of esports, and essentially since then everything's grown. Do you want me to go down a dark path with this? Sometimes there are weeds that grow along with the growth.
I thought they were the ponds during the Cashes match.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, a lot is I guess taking off around esports in Australia, and events like this still exist for a reason, though. They get people into Counter-Strike, they get people into esports, they build community, and all round they're generally great experiences too. So I think at least afford yourself that once in a lifetime. We had slots open for 10 teams here today, so if you want more slots, people, you've got to sign up. You've got to sign up. It's that simple.
Or even just more lands in general. I mean, I think a sort of disappointing thing is that the Brisbane land scene isn't that big in general, because in reality we've only got the Brisvegas land and the Battle for Brisbane. I don't really know of much else.
That being said, though, build and they will come. So I think start out with this, and if there's interest there, if we capped out and then we had more teams waiting in the wings, keep going, keep building.
Yeah.
But I think lands like this are a fantastic exercise in getting people familiar with one another. I think that's one thing that's probably been missing from a lot of the CSGO community, has been the community aspect, and in terms of having face-to-face contact with people you see online all the time. You see them here playing in competitions against you, with you sometimes, and you get to put names to faces.
Yeah.
And generally that adds to a better community experience, because funnily enough, the keyboard warriors aren't keyboard warriors in real life. They're actually really nice guys.
Yeah. It's amazing how that how that dynamic changes as you come to lands, as lands grow. It's amazing how that dynamic changes. Like, even possibly your view on people can change as a result.
Yeah. I think it's something that's probably been missing for far too long in CSGO. And it's good to see, obviously, this taking shape here, and has done over the last couple of years. I think Brisbane's probably one of the better communities for that. But I think we may take a quick break, because this is an extended tactical pause. Jab has actually cracked out the salt, the pepper, the oil, and the steak.
He's going all out. He's going all out.
Taking full advantage of the fact that his CPU is cooked, so he might as well cook with it. So this is going to change into a cooking stream. We're going to flip the camera. We're going to turn it around. We're going to watch Jabbo.
We're not going to... Are we... Ooh. Jab is back in the server.
Oh, yeah, no, I think they're still paused. Are they going to actually do it?
Are we going to get it on pause?
I think we're going to get it on pause here, guys.
Oh, we have it on pause.
Yes.
We're back in the game.
All right. Round it up. Let's go. If if you want to cool down your CPU, make sure you do it with the Tears of Animus. All right, finally back into the action here. Land Mowers up against Lucid. Last round of group play. There's a lot of people standing around. They're waiting for their matches, the next round matches potentially. So a lot of eyes on this game, and important pistol round for Land Mowers because they need to wrest some momentum back off Lucid.
So it looks like they're going to go to the inner bomb site. Resource with one. Ooh, very heavily hit, and Jabbo finishes him off. But now you actually interesting. Lanimus holding out at the outer bomb site. Catch off Jabbo. Spikes with one. Spikes finishing off Lucid.
Yep.
And Land Mowers go into double figures.
Important round for Land Mowers. They needed to, as I said, take momentum back because they lost a lot of momentum going into the back end of the first half. So for them, unfortunately, they seemingly lacked a lot of confidence. And now they found themselves in a position where they've won the pistol round. They've actually got 2 SMGs and 3 rifles. So I'd be keen to see it's Lanimus and Fluent Swede are going to be leading the charge. They're going to be the guys clearing the corners first. Let the rifles sit back. Let them take control. Let them flash their teammates, all the good stuff. But they're very heavily focused towards their outside bomb site at the moment, so they're going to try and pincer it.
Lukey holding on top of the blue train. No shots. Goes down to the Galil. And now actually look at Razor here. He's going to drop the bomb and grab an AK. 3v1, but
should be able to flush him out with some utility here.
As he goes down. Land Mowers take the round, but some good damage done by Lucid in that round.
They did actually, I thought for a moment there that it was going to potentially turn in favour of Lucid. They got the frags, they got that bomb down in the short ladder room, but unfortunately for them, just firepower was too strong on Land Mowers' side, and they do wrestle that round back in their favour. Switching that Galil out for an M4. Spikes wants the first pick, and they're just going to take the duels here. Why not? You've got confidence.
Got the guns.
Exactly, and they knew that the opposition forced it into last round too, so...
Ooh, how did Spikes not get a kill there?
Missing it
Oh,
entirely.
Oh!
Not quite.
You got close.
Slash stab against the Land Mower. You can't go 2-stroke. You've got to go for 1-stroke.
So Razor. Oh, Fluent Swede trying to get the knife on Razor's. Razor, sorry. And I think he might try to save this AK. Oh, he's so low.
What is this?
Tried to wallbang, tried to sneak up through ladder room. They tried to knife him, and he goes down finally to Arez's AK.
Land Mowers finally getting themselves out to a decent lead here. But gun round coming out from Lucid, so going to have Luke on that AWP. He's shown himself to be quite sharp with it too. So they're going to be looking for him to actually find that first pick for the CT side. I know he picked himself up a triple, which ended up being an ace for the team. But since then, he's actually been quite quiet.
Yeah, I think Luke's key to Lucid actually getting back into this game, because as soon as he started hitting those shots, they came back in the first half. Got Tamarea holding ladder room, and he turns around at runtime. Jabbo will get him, and he gets instantly traded by Dugan.
Pressure coming through Vines here, though, so they do have Arez out in that outside bomb site. So he's going to be looking to try and just pounce in amidst all the confusion, whilst they do get themselves out Vines here, but
will Luke and Dugan getting one each, but the trade comes in. So now it's a 2v2.
Keep trading frags back and forth, left, right, and centre. And, I mean, the CTs have got good position here because they're in that mid-connector. They're in the channel between the two bomb sites. And looking at the utility on the T side, they've only got that one flash on Lanimus, so they're going to have to take the firefights here. They're going to have to take the duels. They need to get Luke out of that mid-connector. They've got eyes on inside and that outside bomb site as well. And they're quite turtled up in that mid area. So Spikes, if you can find a frag here onto Luke, I don't think he spotted him either. Potential for him to
I wonder if they're going
barrel.
to go up ladder room and try, but I don't think they'd have enough time to plant on the inner site. So here we go then. They've gone, that flash has flashed Lukey out. They'll get a bomb plant at least. And a great shot by Lanimus to take Lukey out. Just Razor's left. He'll get Lanimus. Now Spikes holding, baits out the shot. See what Razor does. And he'll get put down by Spikes. Mowers have a 13th.
It's going to be tough too because they're at the point in the match where they either decide to force into this with pistols, which they are. They're forcing into just with the pistol buy, so it's not a heavy investment. But it's tough for Lucid here because they're on that CT side. The economy is never going to be strong, never running into this match or into the business end of this match. The T side definitely have the momentum. They have the economy. They're going to be difficult to stop.
Lukey being taken down by Lanimus. Now we got Dugan actually at Sandwich with the Deagle, and that's gonna not work out. Tanamaria getting a second on Lanimus with the ult, but he's gonna get mollied out of ladder room. And the bomb's actually still in T-Con. It's just being picked up now. So there's still a chance here.
It's a small chance, but it's still a chance, right?
Well, a retake with an AWP isn't exactly what I'd call comfortable.
No, but I guess in that sense too, he doesn't have any armor. His team definitely needs the weaponry. They're definitely not going to be able to afford an AWP next round, not with their current economy. So he's made himself known. I think he's cooked himself here. And full and sweet on the quick flank. We'll take the AWP back as well. And they could have really done with that in this round, Lucid. They're going to double AWP setup almost instantly too.
Yeah, I was saying during the last round of matches that the double AWPs such a popular option here in train because of the long channels that the trains provide. So it's a really AWP-ful match. AWP-field match, or map, I should say.
Absolutely awful.
Yes, I know, I can't English. I like how you took that opportunity.
Yeah, that's exactly. One shot, one opportunity. And they're going to execute with some smokes here on the outside bomb side. They haven't landed that smoke in the connector though, so Luke may take advantage of that. He does find one. Tama finds a second, and they've just been obliterated trying to hit this outside bomb site. So that bomb's down close to Olafmeister / Crash / whatever you want to call it. And this one round that they needed, land mowers, have capitulated. They've been absolutely chopped to pieces, and that's all because one smoke didn't go down.
Yeah, that connector smoke, as Lukey gets Jabbo to finish off the round. That smoke and connector is probably one of the most important smokes in terms of an A execute, simply because that's normally where your AWP sits.
Exactly, and to block that vision as well, is so important. So important. And they weren't just, because of that, they weren't able to dismantle the crossfire outside. So, unfortunately for them, they've fallen victim to sloppy smokes.
Lukey holding that position once again.
Are we being memed here by the photography
Oh,
crew?
Lukey missing the smoke. He's going to rotate. Now, Razor's pushing Brown Halls.
Why are you memeing me, Mav? Being memed. Ridiculous.
So Razor's really exposed here. He's going to wait. Trigger discipline, such an important thing. So he knows two have gone onto the site. Doesn't know where the bomb is just yet. Now he knows where the bomb is. Gets A-Res. Almost gets Lanimus down as well. It looks like we're going to have a bomb plant, possibly. No.
That That
Look at
Molotov.
spikes. Look at spikes. Behind enemy lines. And now it's a 2v1 in
Now-
favour of Land Mowers.
Yeah, if Luke had a rifle here, I'd definitely say he was in favour to win this round. But the fact that he's got an AWP and doesn't actually know the HP of his opposition, he should be switching out to his USP. Or his 5.7. Oh, that doesn't matter. Now forces that 1 versus 1. That Molotov comes out. Now he can't sit on that bomb. He's only on 10 HP.
And he doesn't have a smoke either to extinguish it.
That's unfortunate. Oh,
Oh.
hang on.
No.
Oh, Land Mowers.
Minimus leaving it to the very last second, but he got it done.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I didn't think that round was going to come down that close. I thought Luke may have pulled the pin early on. But now they're in a situation. They can only force into this one with UMPs, the CZs, it's 5.7s, it's a single Colt on Racos. There's one kit on the CT side. One kit.
And we're on match point.
And we're on match point. So I knew this round was coming eventually.
Oh.
And this could be over. This could be game. There's only one player outside defending against Tama. And they know where he is. Doesn't matter anyway because they actually made that crossfire work and, well, honestly, I thought they had a better chance of throwing fecal matter at the moon than winning this round, but
They've somehow brought it down to a 1v2.
somehow.
So we'll see what Fluent Swede does. He'll go for it because Tamaray was looking the wrong way. Now it's a 1v1. Fluent Swede versus Racos.
He's playing the long game too. He's got a minute to work with. Now he knows Racos is roughly somewhere outside that outside bomb site. Judging by where the bomb's down, he has to have eyes on it. So he's either going to be in the T connector or around SL. So he's just gambled. He's going to try and make this work, and I don't know if Racos is actually going to expect this too, because Racos is just peeking down the bomb train. So it's going to be in one of two positions. Now, once he clears his SL out, he knows that potential could be that is T connector next. He's going to be really wary of T connector in this situation.
It's going to be a bunch of timings as Racos moves around Sandwich.
Oh, he's
And
won it.
Beautiful. Beautiful from Fluent Swede. 16-7. Land Mowers take a final round win. So now we wait and we see which teams are in the top 2 or top 3. We don't even know which teams are definitely going to be in the finals yet.
Yeah, we're not too sure just yet because I believe the format might be up for discussion as to who goes through next. But either way, important win there for the Land Mowers over Lucid, because I think that pretty much secures their position coming through. So it's a good way for them to finish their group stage as well, because the group stages are over. And I mean, after 5 rounds of group stage, it's good now to actually have some clear positions where people sit on the ladder, and they'll be gearing up now for that final series, whether or not it's a best of 3 or it's a best of 1 with a potential double elimination element to it. We're yet to be informed, but yeah, after a little bit of a delay, end up being a really good match.
Yeah. So we've got the groups on screen now, and it looks like Land Mowers.
So Land Mowers come out on top of Group A.
And Equinox will be in second, so Lucid may or may not be going home yet.
Yep. It's actually good to see an even spread of the BYO and the Guff rigs coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So the registered flex defenders, unfortunately, couldn't uphold their end of the bargain with the Guff rigs. They couldn't come out of the groups, but I think with Dispense and Land Mowers coming out of the groups undefeated there, and Equinox and BOC also coming out of groups quite clearly, I do believe those guys potentially, if the format stays as it is, one will play 2 from, first position in Group A will play second position in Group B, and vice versa will occur as well.
So at providing Group 2, the standings are correct there. So we'll have.
I do believe they should.
So we'll have Land Mowers against BOC and Equinox against Dispense, which I think Equinox against Dispense will be a great match.
Yeah.
And they'll both be great matches. Great best of 3s, providing the
There we go. We're
format doesn't
updated.
change.
I was going to say, we're missing one round.
Yay! So there we go.
Land Mowers finishing first. And Equinox also finishing second in Group A. Group B, Dispense and BOC. No real change to the actual groups themselves. So we will definitely be taking a break after this, and we'll be setting ourselves up for the next round of matches, which will actually be the final series.
Yes.
So we're at the business end of the day. After the groups have been played out, and we get to see who will come out on top of the Brisvegas land. But
Still plenty of CS to be played, though.
Still plenty of CS to be played, and it wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors too. So full fade. Make sure you are not fully faded at the end of your weekend. Leave that to your mouse pad only. And yeah, for all our attendees, they get a special little discount code as well. So make sure you get to use that. But we will be back after this break. Maybe a change in casting, who knows? Whoever they can rope into this gig, they will throw under the bus. But it's been fun. It's been absolute. It's a pleasure to cast this match, and you may see us for the next match. Who knows?